Hello everyone, my name is Dylan and welcome to another modern RP British English listening exercise. So here I'll be rambling at you for about 20 minutes or so at a very natural pace, which in the UK does tend to be quite fast, and I just want you to see how much of it you can understand. So where are we then? Well, this week we are actually in Brazil. Yeah, we are all the way in Brazil. More specifically, we are in a place called Florianopolis. I hope that's how you say it. And as you can tell from the footage, this place is just heavenly. We're on our way to the beach right now. So I was on holiday here for a week, and well, I've actually only just returned. I got back into the UK about 2 days ago, and well, as you might have guessed, the weather is slightly different here. Yeah, but in this video, I'm just going to be giving you a blow-by-blow account of what I actually did during my holiday, and I will be including lots of photos as well, so it's going to be a very aesthetic video. Now, just so you know, the full transcript from today's episode will be included in the top comment. It's completely free, and it means that you can read along with me, which will make the listening a bit easier. Right then, so I arrived on Friday the 12th of December at about 4 p.m, and this was my first impression. Now, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, but to be honest, I was slightly concerned because it was a bit cloudy, but I mean, as you can tell from the footage, it did turn out to be a very sunny week in the end. So after checking into my Airbnb on the first day of this long-awaited holiday, what did I do? Well, I mean, firstly, I cracked into this gift basket thing with great pleasure because for some reason, don't ask me why, but for some reason, I am just kind of addicted to Coke Zero now. I don't know why. I've never really been a big Coke person. I always thought it was quite overrated. I'd usually prefer a Fanta or something like that. But as soon as I arrived into South America about 3 months ago, out of nowhere, I just really got into Coke Zero. So yeah, it's a weird one. Anyway, after consuming all of that, yeah, a really healthy lunch, I know, I sat at my desk for about 3 hours and just worked. I had to. I didn't want to, but I had to. I had to finish the full guide to Christmas video that I posted a couple of weeks ago because, I mean, it was going live the next day. But after that, I left my flat and went to the first restaurant I could find because I was absolutely starving. And this is what I had. Yeah, sushi. So as mentioned, in South America, I had a lot of Coke Zero, and even more sushi. I mean, it's so nice here though, but who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that Argentina and Brazil would be home to some of the best sushi in the world? Anyway, after that, I went on a quick midnight stroll to the beach, took some selfies for the memories, and headed home for a good night's rest. Right, today number 2, a sunny Saturday. Very exciting, I know. So I woke up, whipped up a quick thumbnail for the Xmas video, posted it, and just like that, I was free. I didn't have to do any more work for the rest of my holiday, which is why there was no upload last Friday. Sorry about that. So at about 11 a.m, I headed out to this local cafe and ordered this delicious breakfast. Orange juice, coffee, this banana bread thing, which was pretty much a dessert, and avocado toast with sausage. Now, this was delicious, but it wasn't toast. It wasn't toast. The bread wasn't toasted at all. I mean, it was just bread. Also, the avocado wasn't on the toast, so I don't really know if avocado toast was the best description for this dish, but it was delicious, so I'm not complaining. After that, I did the big shop, and yeah, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. It's been a long year, lots of work, so I came on this holiday with one main intention: to quietly drink beer on the beach in the sun. That's it, and I mean, this shop kind of reflects this, yeah. After that, I put on a chill fit and headed out to the beach using the exact same entrance that you saw in the intro. Can you guess what I did there? I just sat there and drank beer and listened to music, and for the first time in a very long time, just chilled out and reflected. And honestly, it was so nice. It was so chill. It was just amazing. I did forget to put sunblock on my feet though, and well, I'm not going to show you a photo. I don't think we're ready for a foot reveal just yet, but they got really burnt and I had to deal with that for the rest of the holiday. Yeah. Anyway, it's about 6 p.m. I showered up, left again, and went to this bar restaurant place for a taco and a Fernet Coke because obviously I was clearly missing Argentina. And I watched Arsenal barely scrape a win against bottom place Wolves on my phone. It was painful. It was a painful watch. It probably hurt more than the sunburn. After that, I headed out to a random bar for a chill drink. I mean, Floripe isn't really like a party place, by the way. It's very chill and relaxed and calm. And to be honest, that's exactly what I was looking for. So in this video, you shouldn't expect any crazy nights out. Or should you? Okay, day number 3, and this was the first photo I had on my phone at about 1 p.m. Yeah, a beer and a burger. I was on holiday, okay, so once again, don't judge me, and after that I went back to the shop to get some more beach supplies. I was on holiday, so once again, don't judge me, please don't judge me. But honestly, my orders at this supermarket were so funny. They were pretty much all the same. Just 6 bottles of beer and a pack of almonds, or a strawberry yogurt, or a pack of gum. Just something else to try and take away from the fact that I was buying 6 beers in the middle of the day. Yeah, honestly, some of the looks I received from the cashiers. It is what it is. It is what it is. So after this, I headed back to the beach, this time with a sun umbrella and a deck chair. And these things kind of saved my life a bit, especially the sun umbrella, because believe it or not, I don't actually tan that well. I know that might be quite hard to believe. I have this olive skin complexion going on, but yeah, I'm not much of a tanner, which is strange. I know. After that, I made some friends on the beach and we played a bit of volleyball. Really fun sport, by the way. I've never actually played before, but I can see myself getting into that. It's a lot of fun. After that, we went out for some food and they took me on a very Brazilian night out, but it was nothing that crazy, but it felt very authentic anyway. And just as a side note, I need to say this. Brazilians are just amazing, by the way. They're such brilliant people. And well, in next Friday's video, I'm going to be talking about them a bit more and talking about the country a bit more as well. Right, day 4, and this is a Monday, by the way, just for context. So what did I do here? How did I spend my Monday? Well, the usual stuff. I basically just sat on the beach drinking Sols and reading my Kindle. The same Kindle, may I add, that I accidentally dropped from my balcony later that very evening. And guess what? Just look at this photo. Look how far it fell. And it survived. It fell from such a high distance onto unadulterated concrete, and somehow it survived. And if you're wondering how it fell from the balcony, basically, I was trying to shake out all of the sand from my bag, and I didn't realize it was still in there because the Kindle is black and my bag is black, and yeah, it just went absolutely flying out onto the concrete. But it survived, so yeah. All's well that ends well. Now, of course, you already know about this if you follow me on Instagram because I posted this whole thing on my story. My Instagram is BritishEducation_, by the way, and the link to that is in the top comment. Right then, so in the evening, something crazy happened. I met up with my new friend for some sushi in a random restaurant in the middle of Floripe. And guess what? Are you ready for this? I walked in. The hostess sat me down, and after a couple of minutes, she walked up to me and said, "So, what's your name?" I said, "It's Dylan." And she said, "Oh, wow, yeah, I recognized you. As soon as you walked in, I knew your name was Dylan. I watch your YouTube videos and listen to your Spotify. That's amazing." Can you believe that? I kid you not. This never happens to me. I'm not like famous or anything in any way. It's just such a coincidence. It was crazy. So this is the second time this has ever happened, but I'd say this is the first purely random encounter because this did happen once in Japan last year, but it was at a language exchange. So I feel like at a language exchange, it doesn't really count because you're kind of putting the odds in your favor a bit. But this was completely random. It was amazing. I was shocked, honestly. And yeah, it was a really pleasant experience. We shook hands. We had a really nice chat. She was Brazilian, but moved to London for a bit. And wow, yeah, it was a lovely interaction. So unexpected. And the sushi there was delicious as well. So yeah, happy days. Day 5, Tuesday. So to begin, I needed to fix this broken tripod thing that I use to record these walk and talk videos. So very important. But thankfully, I bought the world's strongest super glue from Argentina, so I was all good. It was all good, and I headed out for my usual breakfast. I love this cafe. It's called Paradiso Cafe, which is an accurate name because honestly, it's amazing. This place is paradise. Anyway, after that, I got into bed and wrote my weekly Tuesday newsletter. Yeah, so I wrote that one from bed. To be honest, I do write quite a lot of them from bed as well. So if you didn't know, every single Tuesday, I send out a fun newsletter, kind of like this video, but in email form. And you can sign up for free using the link in the top comment. Anyway, this was the only day that wasn't sunny during the whole week. And honestly, thank God, because as mentioned, my feet did get pretty badly burnt on the first day, so I kind of just rested at home for most of this one. I think I watched The Office or something like that. It was a very chill one. Yeah. Day 6, Wednesday, which is actually the penultimate full day. I left on Friday. And here the sun was back out, and to celebrate, I filmed the exact footage that you are watching right now. Yeah, I was walking around for about 2 hours filming and then I got a taxi home. So at about 3 p.m, I got back into my house and after that, well, you already know. But in fairness, this was my last day of drinking beer on the beach because, believe it or not, I kind of just got a bit bored of it all. I mean, drinking's fun, I do enjoy it, but when you overdo it, it's just, it's not good. It's not good. Everything in moderation. Okay, day 7, the final full day. So for the first time during my stay here, I went for a morning dip. Yeah, so this was at about 8 a.m. and honestly, it was so nice. It was so nice. It was heavenly. I keep using that adjective heavenly because it probably is just the best way to describe Florianopolis. Floripe. We'll just call it Floripe. So after that, I went for another dose of avocado toast. And in fairness, the bread was actually slightly toasted this time, which is good. I think it does improve this dish. And then I went to the shop for some beer. No, not beer. I told you, I'm over that. I've matured. Instead, I bought a packed lunch because on my final day, I decided to do a hike and just do loads of filming as well. And honestly, I got so much good footage on this day. And next Friday, I will show all of it to you. I was walking and filming for about 6 hours in the sun, maybe 7 hours. And honestly, everything just went wrong. Everything went terribly wrong. I kept getting lost. I kept slipping over as well. Like I'd just be walking and randomly I would trip over or slip over. It was so weird. But all of this will result in a really good video and that will be posted next Friday. So yeah, that was it really. I went to this beautiful hidden beach place. It was just lovely. And I also took quite possibly the most AI looking photo in the world. This isn't AI. I promise this isn't AI. And if you follow me on Instagram, @BritishEducation_, by the way, you will see the original video footage of me actually bumping into this non-AI horse. It's crazy, but you will also see it in next Friday's video as well. After that, I had an empanada with my final beer of the trip, sat down on this swing thing, spoke to one of my friends on the phone, and eventually finished the trip by going to an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, which honestly felt like such a fitting way to end my South American journey because I've had so much sushi during the last few months, and you can't actually see it in this photo, but I did also order a Coke Zero as well. Day 8, the final day. Now, luckily, my flight wasn't till about 7 p.m, so I did have some time for another morning dip, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I did also, don't ask me why, but I randomly made this... I made this thing. It's kind of like a video game design made of sand. It's kind of like Mario and you have to jump on the sticks, the wooden things in the sand, and you need to get onto the platform in order to complete that particular level. Yeah, don't ask me why I made this. I think maybe the sun was getting to me at that point, but I was weirdly proud of this one. So just imagine that your character needs to follow the white lines and then you need to get the shit. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. I then packed up, left the Airbnb I was staying in and went back to the cafe where I sat for about 5 hours just ordering various dishes, using up all of my Brazilian cash because, well, my flight wasn't till later and I had all of my luggage with me, so I couldn't really go anywhere else. I did do a bit of shopping at this marketplace, which was right next to where I was sitting. I got some good Xmas gifts and also this cute bracelet thing, which I actually really like. I then arrived at the airport, checked in my luggage, and also please notice the Henry the Dog sticker. Yes, very cute. I went back to my Argentinian roots by having one final empanada and Coke Zero meal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The flight was actually quite chill, thankfully. It was an hour to Sao Paulo and then a 12-hour flight to London from there, leaving at midnight, so it was kind of perfect for sleeping. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not really someone who can normally sleep that well on public transport, but listen, that is where the beer does come in handy, and also the hot dogs. This was literally my last moment of holiday, my last moment before returning back to real life, so, you know, I had to indulge as much as I possibly could. And also, I had to absolutely wolf these down, by the way, because I was pretty close to missing my flight. I was one of the last people to board, and, well, that would have been problematic. I would have been stuck in Brazil for Christmas, which wouldn't have been that bad, now that I'm thinking about it, but maybe my family wouldn't have been best pleased by that. So the flight was all good. I did manage to sleep for most of it, and when I was arriving into the UK, I actually played a little game with myself. I imagined that I was coming to England for the first time, and I thought about what my first impressions would be. And, well, firstly, I couldn't help but notice how beautiful and green it was, and that made me very happy. And by the way, I have no idea what this thing is, the water with all the trees, but it looks amazing. That would be a great place to do a walk and talk video actually. Maybe I should make the trip. So I continued with my game, and after landing I then kind of just laughed to myself as I heard all of the British accents because, well, I imagined that that was something that you might do when you come here for the first time as well, or if you've already been to the UK, that's probably what you did when you first arrived, and that also just made me smile. And finally, I noted how cold it was, but also how crisp and refreshing the air was. So during this game, I did give myself quite a positive impression of the UK, which is a nice thing to say. And that was my holiday. It was very nice, relaxing and needed, but I'm back in the swing of things now and very much excited to get back to the weekly Friday uploads, as well as a few other very exciting things that I have coming up in 2026. And we will speak about all of these in next Friday's video, which will be a very special one. So just as a reminder, you can download the full script from today's video using the link in the top comment. It's completely free, and you will also be automatically signed up to my weekly Tuesday newsletter as well, so it's a win-win. Now this was of course a bit more of a relaxed video, but if you are looking to seriously level up all areas of your English with me in a more comprehensive, detailed and structured way, then I've just launched my 5-in-1 online English fluency course covering 5 modules and over 210 lessons featuring everything that you need to know to feel like a native in British English. And the link to that is also in the top comment. I would highly recommend checking that out. Honestly, this course is the best thing I've ever made in my entire life. Okay then, thank you so much for watching, and of course thanks to Brazil for being so lovely. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next Tuesday for another newsletter and next Friday for another very special video. Now in the meantime, here is the full guide to Christmas video that I was speaking about earlier, or if you wish to explore Argentina with me, then you should watch this video right here instead. Right then, thank you again for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.